Hi, this is Brady Morgan again. I'm a student at Arizona State University, and this is my coaching video. So, Fred Bear, I'd like to go over some stuff with you as someone who might be able to direct you down the path that you want to go and help you achieve the goals that you're looking to achieve. It looks like that you've indicated that there's a couple of areas that you'd like to make some changes in. One of those areas is you'd like some help quitting smoking for the second time. I understand that you were successful previous to this by using vaping and scaling down the nicotine in that vape pen until you were at 0, and then you felt good about your ability to no longer smoke. Also, the other area that you really wanted to concentrate on is your alcohol consumption. And according to your HRA that you submitted, you're consuming almost 6 beers or more a night every night, which is deeply concerning. So I feel that you've indicated that smoking is probably your number one. I really think that maybe we should concentrate on the alcohol consumption, because I feel like that would be the more urgent thing to address, because as you indicated on your HRA, you're consuming 1 to 2 cigarettes per day. Although any smoking is not healthy for you, obviously, the majority of people who run into the heavier risk factors for cardiovascular and lung problems are smoking significantly more than 1 or 2 cigarettes daily. So I would like to concentrate our efforts on the drinking. So I noticed that going through and having talked to you a little bit that you were using the vaping, scaling down to 0 nicotine, and I really think that's an excellent idea. I think that the vape pens are an outstanding tool to use, because the mental factor that comes into it is more often than not something that is going to help you overpower it, as opposed to the physical addiction to the nicotine in your body. And so you have a craving for the nicotine, but we develop a lot of other things, sort of sensory, motor habits, such as holding the cigarette or putting it up to your lips, the motion from moving it to your mouth. A lot of people get a lot of pleasure of watching the smoke that they exhale and feeling that leave their body, and that creates a pleasurable experience for them. And so the vaping attacks a lot of those areas, and so you're still getting the same pleasures that you got from smoking, but you're completely cutting out the majority of the dangerous areas, and I applaud you for that. With the alcohol consumption, being that alcohol is pretty dangerous, to go ahead and scale back, without professional medical attention. I'm certainly not a doctor and or an expert in withdrawals. However, that being said, I don't recommend quitting cold turkey. As previously stated, that could potentially have some pretty significant health side effects. What I would like to do is I would like to get some scale back. And so gradual scale back is fairly safe and I believe a reasonable way of approaching it. So, in opposed to drinking the entire 6-pack that you purchased, let's start with cutting back by 1. And praise yourself with that. Do something you enjoy doing. Maybe if you do it for a week at a time, and you're able to comfortably scale that back, and you can set yourself up with a reward system to potentially, take yourself out on a motorcycle ride that you wouldn't have normally done. But we'd like to try and scale that back. So we're going to start with 1, then we're going to go back to 2, and then I'd like you to cut down to 3, and then let's see if we can get that down to the point where I'm not going to say, quit drinking altogether. Obviously, that's the most healthy thing in the world, but I don't believe it's realistic. To maybe having 1 or 2 drinks per week, and then that's considered a moderate alcohol consumption, and everything in moderation is kind of the key. So anything you do in moderation, you're gonna have the best results for, as opposed to complete abstinence from it. So, some of the ways that we can achieve your goal are, as mentioned, that I just kind of went over with the alcohol consumption, and with the vaping. We can start to implement a reward system for positive behavior changes, and then we probably should look at what to do in terms of addressing negative situations, and it's going to be something that we may want to talk about further. I'd like to get your feedback on: are you comfortable with cutting down the alcohol consumption at this time? Are you abrasive to the idea? And same with the vaping. Are you open to throwing away the pack of cigarettes and really giving 100% commitment to the alternative form of nicotine delivery? And so I'd like to say that our goal is to get rid of cigarettes altogether, and cut down the nicotine concentration in your vaping. And if you choose to vape, once you're at a 0, just for the pleasurable facts that you enjoy the cloud of water vapor and enjoy the flavor. I think there's hundreds of flavors, e-liquids to choose from. And then I'd like to cut down on your daily drinking. I'd like to do this for your overall health. Anytime you're consuming a lot of alcohol, there is a pretty sizable risk for health complications, and any smoking is not good for you. So these are the areas that I'd like to tackle, and I think that you're well on your way to setting up for a successful lifestyle change.